Alright, the next one I worked with was Anpu, and that was fucking serious. So, he gave me a sense of personal forgiveness, which is not really, being selfish, or just me just doing what the fuck I want to do. So, his was very, very, very specific. Um, quite fucking specific, if you ask me. I remember it. I do remember it verbatim. I had mentioned it to a friend. I'm trying to figure out if I have it here because I had wrote it down and I didn't want to get rid of it. Yeah. So this was the message that Anpu gave me, which is very interesting because you're not gonna know what it's about, but I do. It was like I was with another witch in a white room. I said something and her reaction was of confusion. I then said something else and a flood of water came and I started to run. Of course, everything's in slow motion. You know how they do the dreams. There were a couple girls that appeared in the room with us. They weren't there before. I went to grab the first witch, but she shook my hand off, so I started running to grab the other girls who held on to me. We ended up being knocked down by the water, but out of the room. The witch who refused my help was drenched, and her long blonde hair was dark by the water. Mind you, I don't know what her face looked like, but I know everything else. When she stood up with the pale arms and black dress, the water was encased in the room behind a glass mirror. In it stood a humongous sunflower that was at least 8 feet. May have been bigger, but that shit was fucking huge. It reminds me of Little Shop of Horror. You know what Audrey should? So it just reminds me of just how fucking huge that shit was, because that's the first thing that popped in my mind. Um, the woman in the white witch that was drenched, she just started screaming, and the sunflower was just reaching over to her, and his petals were like just reaching out to her, and that was it. She just screamed. The two girls behind me were smiling. One was black, but she was from the Voodoo section, or the Voodoo Center, whatever I want to say it. And the other one, she was Asian, and she had her. It's not what is it, bunpo? So is it? It was telling me, but they were just there and they were smiling, and then I'm just sitting there looking at her, and I just feel content. Like I feel like I have a wash of relief over me. So that when I woke up, it was clear as day. A couple of days later, it's still clear as day. And that was on October 3rd. Today is October 27th. And it's just still clear as day. But yeah, shit's just that was something serious. So I was like, oh, you getting with the big dog. So that right there was very interesting. So that was that with Anpu. On to the next.